Cacao versus cocoa. Which one fights muscle loss in your morning coffee? Good morning, my friends, and welcome to Senior Health After 60. Picture this. You're starting your day with a cup of coffee that doesn't just perk you up, it strengthens your muscles, boosts your energy, and keeps you moving freely for the activities you love, like gardening, dancing, or chasing after your grandkids. Sounds too good to be true? Well, here's the secret. That chocolate powder you're stirring into your coffee could be the key, or it could be holding you back from 70% of the muscle-building benefits you deserve. Are you using cacao or cocoa? The wrong choice could mean missing out on a stronger, more vibrant you. I'm Noah Caldwell, a geriatrician with over 30 years of experience helping seniors like you live healthier, more independent lives. On Senior Health After 60, we share science-backed tips with a touch of heart to help you thrive after 60. If you love practical advice that makes a real difference, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video. Today, we're diving deep into the cacao versus cocoa debate to show you how a simple tweak to your morning coffee can fight muscle loss and keep you active. This isn't just about coffee. It's about staying strong for the life you love. Ready to learn more? Let's jump in. Before we unlock the solution, let's face the problem head on. Have you ever stood in a store, overwhelmed by all those chocolate powders claiming to be healthy? It's confusing, right? Most seniors grab a familiar cocoa powder or hot chocolate mix, thinking they're boosting their health. But the truth is, many of these products are doing more harm than good. So, what's going wrong and how can we fix it? Let's break it down. The problem: muscle loss and the chocolate powder trap. As we age, our bodies face a silent challenge called sarcopenia, muscle loss that starts as early as our 50s. By age 70, you could lose up to 30% of your muscle mass, making everyday tasks like climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or even getting up from a chair feel like a struggle. This isn't just about strength. It's about your independence. Weak muscles increase your risk of falls, joint pain, and even cognitive decline, since staying active keeps your brain sharp. Have you noticed it's harder to do the things you love? Maybe you're feeling stiff in the mornings or more tired after a walk. That's sarcopenia creeping in. Now, here's where things get tricky. Many of you add chocolate powder to your morning coffee, hoping for the energy and muscle benefits you've heard about. But walk into any grocery store and you're bombarded with options: cocoa, cacao, hot chocolate mixes, flavored creamers. Most of these are packed with sugar or so heavily processed, they're practically useless for your health. A 2022 study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that high sugar intake fuels inflammation, which can worsen joint pain and speed up muscle loss. Exactly what we're trying to avoid. So, how do you choose the right powder to support your muscles? Let's find the solution. The good news? You can fight muscle loss with the right chocolate powder. The key is knowing the difference between cacao and cocoa and how to use them to supercharge your health. Let's explore the science and find your perfect match. The solution: cacao versus cocoa, your muscle-building ally. Both cacao and cocoa come from the same cocoa bean, but their processing makes a world of difference. Think of it like choosing between a fresh, juicy orange and a sugary orange drink. One's packed with nutrients, the other's mostly fluff. Let's dive into the details so you can choose wisely. Raw cacao, the muscle-building powerhouse. Raw cacao is the star of the show. It's made from unroasted cocoa beans that are cold-pressed to remove the fat, leaving a powder loaded with flavonoids, antioxidants like epicatechin and catechin. These act like tiny personal trainers for your muscles, boosting protein absorption and speeding up recovery. A 2017 study in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry showed that epicatechin activates pathways like mTOR, which helps your muscles grow and repair. Plus, cacao increases blood flow to your muscles by up to 30%, delivering oxygen and nutrients exactly where you need them. Ever feel sore after a busy day? Cacao could be your secret weapon. But that's not all. Cacao contains theobromine, a gentle stimulant that teams up with caffeine to give you clean, sustained energy for 4 to 6 hours without the jitters. A 2019 Frontiers in Pharmacology study found theobromine enhances alertness and endurance, perfect for staying active without feeling wired. Imagine having the energy to garden, walk, or play with your grandkids without crashing later. Sounds amazing, right? The catch is you need raw, unroasted cacao to get these benefits. Anything labeled Dutch process or alkalized has had its flavonoids stripped away, like a car with no engine. What's one activity you'd love to have more energy for? Share in the comments. Natural cocoa, the smoother, gentler choice. Now let's talk about cocoa. Cocoa comes from roasted cocoa beans, which gives it that rich, familiar chocolate flavor we all know. Roasting reduces flavonoids by 60 to 90%, so it's not as powerful as cacao. But high-quality, natural, unsweetened cocoa still offers muscle-supporting benefits, and it's easier on sensitive stomachs. If you deal with acid reflux, GERD, or just prefer a milder taste, cocoa might be your go-to. A 2020 nutrient study noted that roasting lowers acidity and oxalates, making cocoa gentler for some seniors. Think of cacao as a high-performance sports car, fast and intense. Cocoa is more like a reliable sedan, still gets you there, just a bit slower. Both can help, but your choice depends on your taste and tummy. Which one sounds like your style, bold cacao or smooth cocoa? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know where you're watching from. So, we got our solution. Raw cacao for maximum muscle benefits. Natural cocoa for a gentler, tastier option. But does this really work? Let's look at the evidence. Real stories from seniors like you, backed by solid science. The evidence, real stories and scientific proof. Over my 30 years as a geriatrician, I've seen how small changes, like choosing the right chocolate powder, can transform lives. On Senior Health After 60, we're all about real results. So let me share 3 stories that bring this science to life. Margaret's Garden Revival. Meet Margaret, a 71-year-old from Colorado who came to me frustrated. She loved gardening, but was struggling with morning stiffness and fatigue that limited her to just an hour in her rose garden. She was using a sugary hot chocolate mix in her coffee, thinking it was healthy. I suggested switching to raw cacao, 1 teaspoon in her morning coffee, mixed with a touch of monk fruit sweetener for a less bitter taste. Within 2 weeks, her stiffness was gone, and she was back to tending her roses for hours. "Noah, my coffee's like a strength potion now," she laughed. Margaret's boost came from cacao's flavonoids and theobromine, which improve her muscle recovery and energy. What's one activity you'd love to do more of if you had the energy? Tell me below. John's walking triumph. Then there's John, 68, from Texas. He was using a chocolate-flavored creamer in his coffee, hoping it would help his energy for daily walks. But after months, his joints still ached and his stamina was low. I taught him to read labels and switched to pure cacao. 2 weeks later, he felt more energized and had less joint pain. By 6 weeks, he was walking an extra mile daily and even started lightweight training. A 2018 molecular nutrition and food research study confirms this. Cacao's flavonoids reduce inflammation, easing joint discomfort. John's story shows how ditching processed products can unlock real results. Have you ever felt stuck with low energy? What's holding you back from being more active? Susan's yoga breakthrough. Finally, meet Susan, 65, from Florida. She was excited about cacao but had acid reflux, and its bitterness caused stomach upset. We switched her to natural cocoa, 1 teaspoon with a pinch of cinnamon in her coffee. 3 months later, she was thriving in her yoga classes, with less muscle soreness and more stamina. Cocoa's lower acidity worked for her sensitive stomach, proving you can get benefits without discomfort. A 2020 nutrient study supports this, showing roasted cocoa is gentler for digestion. Have you ever tried a health change that didn't quite work for you? How did you adapt? These aren't just stories. They're backed by science. A 2023 circulation study found that cacao's flavonoids improve blood flow and lower blood pressure, supporting both heart and muscle health. A 2020 Journal of Alzheimer's Disease study even linked flavonoids to better cognitive function, keeping your mind sharp as you age. But to see these benefits, you need to use cacao or cocoa the right way. Let's move to the practical advice to make this work for you. You've seen the proof. Cacao and cocoa can make a difference. Now, let's get practical. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to choose, use, and love these powders in your daily coffee. Ready to make your morning routine a muscle-building powerhouse? Let's do this. Specific advice, your step-by-step guide to cacao and cocoa success. On Senior Health After 60, we're all about making health simple and doable. Here's your step-by-step guide to turning your morning coffee into a muscle-boosting ritual. Whether you choose cacao or cocoa, I've got you covered with tips to maximize benefits and avoid pitfalls. Step 1. Pick the right product like a pro. First, let's shop smart. For raw cacao, look for labels that say raw or unroasted. Brands like Navita's Organics or Terrasol Superfoods are fantastic. They're cold pressed to keep those muscle-building flavonoids intact. For cocoa, choose natural or unsweetened cocoa, like Ghirardelli's 100% unsweetened cocoa or Valrona's natural cocoa powder. Check the ingredient list. It should say cacao or cocoa, nothing else. Avoid anything labeled Dutch processed alkalis or European style, as these have lost their health benefits. And steer clear of hot chocolate mixes or creamers. They're sugar bombs that can increase inflammation, not strength. Have you checked your pantry lately? What's in your chocolate powder? Share in the comments. Step 2. Prepare for maximum benefits. Cacao can be tricky to mix. So here's a pro tip. Take 1 teaspoon of raw cacao and mix it with a splash of hot coffee to form a paste. Then add the rest of your coffee while stirring vigorously. Or blend it for 10 seconds for a silky texture. For cocoa, use 1 to 2 teaspoons and add a pinch of black pepper. Its piperine boosts flavonoid absorption by up to 200%, per a 2018 Molecular Nutrition and Food Research study. For flavor, skip sugar, which can spike blood glucose and negate benefits. Try stevia, monk fruit, or a dash of cinnamon, which also supports blood sugar control, according to a 2021 Diabetes Care study. Want to supercharge absorption? Add a teaspoon of coconut oil or MCT oil. It helps your body soak up those flavonoids and gives you lasting energy. How do you like your coffee? Bold and bitter or smooth and sweet? Let me know below. Step 3. Store and dose smartly. Storage matters. Keep your cacao or cocoa in an airtight container away from light and heat. Refrigerate raw cacao to preserve its potency. It's more sensitive than cocoa. Both stay fresh for 12 to 18 months when stored properly. Start with 1 teaspoon daily, gradually increasing to 1 to 2 tablespoons if your body handles it well. Too much can cause digestive upset due to high fiber or oxalates. So listen to your body. If you're on blood thinners like warfarin or have a history of kidney stones, start small and check with your doctor. How will you keep your powder fresh? Any storage tips to share? Step 4. Time it for maximum impact. Timing is everything. Drink your cacao or cocoa coffee within an hour of waking, when your muscles are most receptive to nutrients due to your body's natural protein synthesis cycle. Make it a daily habit, and you could see more energy in 1 to 2 weeks and improve muscle comfort in 4 to 6 weeks. Consistency is like watering a plant. Do it regularly and you'll see it thrive. When do you have your morning coffee? Is it part of your daily routine? Step 5. Dodge common mistakes. Here's where most seniors trip up. They grab hot chocolate mixes or flavored creamers, thinking they're getting chocolate benefits. These are packed with sugar and artificial flavors, which increase inflammation and work against your muscles. Always read labels. If sugar, corn syrup, or artificial flavors are in the top 3 ingredients, put it back. Watch out for terms like chocolate-flavored or cocoa-inspired. They're often fake. Also, be cautious of low-quality mixes with hidden caffeine, which can disrupt sleep or interact with medications. Have you ever been fooled by a sneaky label? Tell us your story in the comments. You're now ready to make cacao or cocoa a part of your life. But let's wrap this up with some key lessons and a call to action that could change how you age. Stay with me. Conclusion: your path to stronger, vibrant days. Let's sum it up, friends. Muscle loss is a real challenge after 60, but you can fight it with the right chocolate powder in your morning coffee. Raw cacao is a powerhouse, with up to 40 times more flavonoids than processed cocoa, boosting muscle repair and energy. Natural cocoa is a gentler, tastier option for sensitive stomachs. Choose high-quality products, avoid sugary mixes, and prepare them right with stevia, cinnamon, or coconut oil for maximum benefits. Stories like Margaret's Garden Revival, John's Walking Triumph, And Susan's yoga breakthroughs show that small changes lead to big results. More strength, less pain, and a zest for life. But this is just the beginning. Pair cacao or cocoa with balanced diet, regular exercise, and good sleep to stay strong and independent. These aren't just tips. They're investments in your future, helping you enjoy the moments that matter. So what's your next step? Head to your pantry. Check those labels and start your new coffee ritual tomorrow. Will you try raw cacao or natural cocoa? Share your city and your choice in the comments. I read every one and love hearing from you. Want more ways to thrive after 60? I've put together a free guide to supplements and lifestyle tips that can transform your health. Link in the description. And if this video opened your eyes, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for Senior Health After 60. We're here to help you live stronger, longer, with science and heart. Small choices today can lead to big changes tomorrow. Let's make those vibrant days happen together. Starting with your next cup of coffee.